We're rolling.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nerdbuzzed!
Nerdbuzzed doesn't condone the consumption of alcohol by any persons under the age of 21. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome to Nerdbuzzed, the podcast where we talk about all the nerdy stuff that we care about. Your cool frosty brew. Why are we doing it? I'm your host, Marcus Ellinger. With me, as always,
Jeremiah Johnson.
I don't think we introduced ourselves.
We did
in
not
the
do it last
episode.
time, no.
It's because my wife was here.
Yeah.
I always get nervous when she's around. I'm always afraid I'm going to mess up.
So we're drinking, what is it? Ninkasi.
Yeah.
Came out of their multi-pack.
Which is all the rest is bottles, which is weird.
Yeah. They put 3 cans with the rest bottles in the big pack. So you know these things are just going...
Yeah, right? Constantly.
throughout the whole thing.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, like, the box is the height of the bottles.
Yeah.
And the bottles are, like, this much taller than the cans.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. I never even considered that.
So anyway, we're drinking Ninkasi Brewing Company's Prismatic Juicy IPA. So I've never had this one before, actually. It is 5.9%. Oh, 36 IBUs. Not very bitter. So it smelled very, very, very citrusy.
Oh, as soon as you popped the can, the room smelled like citrus.
Yes, it did. I was actually in the corner of the room, and I could smell it. So, that's pretty interesting. We'll see. Color looks kind of pale. A little light, I mean.
Yeah, even to our fancy mugs that we have a hard time distinguishing color.
Yeah,
it almost looks more like an amber through mine.
Well, that's because there's more amber in your color there. But no, it's very, very clear. I can see the other side of the glass through the...
Yeah, there's no real haze.
Yeah. Had a decent foam, decent head.
That was probably part of my excellent pouring job.
Yes,
I learned that from Jack.
But the retention is good.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't just disappear.
No. So, yeah, no, I got some nice froth up there still.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
Is that a quality that you would commonly associate with a good beer?
Yes.
That it retains some froth?
That is a very good thing.
Do you know why it does that?
It's the proteins.
So it has enough proteins to do that.
There's a specific thing about it. It has to do with your boil times and temperatures and all that stuff, which develop that. I'd have to read up on it more. It's been a long freaking time since I've actually looked into that. But yes, that is a very...
put you right on the spot.
You really did. Thank you.
You're welcome. Did my job.
But yes, that is a major part of good quality beer is how it's been treated, and a good sign of it is that.
Yeah, that it has some head retention.
Yes.
Nice.
So, I don't know. To all the nerds?
Through all the fuzz.
Bottoms up.
Let's get nerdbuzzed.
All right. That has a very, very good, strong malt body. Very, very good, strong malt body with a very nice citrusy tang to it.
Yeah. It's not, I mean, I know it only said 36 as for the IBUs, but it's like zero bitter.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's no after IPA bitteriness to it really at all.
No, it's the only bitter it has is maybe a little bit of like a citrusy rind to it. That's it.
Yeah. It's pretty smooth.
Very smooth. It's got a heavier mouthfeel than I was expecting, but it's not sweet.
No, it's really not sweet at all. It's interesting.
Yeah.
We're going to keep drinking it.
Oh, yeah, I am.
All 3 cans.
Yeah, because that's all we get.
All 3 thrown around in a box cans. Yeah. So I think this episode, we're going to try to tie up loose ends.
Oh, dude, we are going to talk so much about that amazing anime we watched.
Should we do that first?
I think we should.
Should we just talk about the anime?
Dude, it is sword garbage.
Yeah, the one that we...
Guy.
My favorite part of this anime was trying to figure out what the name was with you.
Yes,
that's my
I
favorite
agree. I agree.
Experience.
That was the best part of the whole thing, and I hated that part.
Yeah. I loved that part. That was awesome. I laughed so hard. It was great.
Yeah, it's this anime with a guy and swords.
I don't know what it's called.
I don't know. Sword Gai.
Yeah, it's literally what it's called. The anime sucks. I'm just going to say it. It's not good.
It was garbage.
I think the voice acting is horrible in it. The animation is horrible in it. I didn't bother.
It started out, the very first episode started out very promising and just tanked from there.
It was very similar to the other anime we watched.
Yes, it was. And that was garbage too.
I don't like the idea of
The morphing arm.
turning a limb into a weapon. I don't like it.
Yeah, and you lose a lot of your dexterity with how you can use that weapon too.
I would assume so, right? There's no wrist rolls or anything going on. It's just this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think it just wasn't good. And what was the deal with the dude? Did you get far enough to see the dude with the rings?
Yes.
And the Krillin,
The chakram dude.
whatever things? That guy was sucked too. Everybody just sucked.
Yes.
And then whenever they would turn into their robots, or whatever they were, their armored selves, it was like so CGI, like computer done. It was just bad.
It was.
This show is garbage. Do not watch Sword Gai. It's terrible.
Yes.
I watched all the episodes. I can tell you there's not a single one
So
to
did I,
watch.
but from episodes 3 on,
Yeah.
it was all in the background.
Yeah, I had some background viewing too.
Yeah,
and I don't
was-
think I missed a thing.
No, I didn't miss it. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. I don't think we really need to talk about it a whole bunch, other than it's crap.
Yeah,
The only thing we need
it's
to do is
garbage.
don't waste your time.
Yes, please don't watch that one with us, or if you did, we're sorry.
Yeah. Although, if you did watch it and you found any redeeming quality in it, I would love to hear what it is.
Yeah.
I'm really curious why somebody would like this show.
Please argue with us on this one.
Yes, I would love to hear it. So, let's just jump in then and pick a new anime.
Okay.
I have one suggestion.
I'm not suggesting, dude. I just said no.
Oh, this one has two guys, and they both have swords. We've
Okay.
seen it before, but I've been wanting to watch it again, personally myself. Are you any
I'm
hints?
pretty sure I know where we're going on this.
Go ahead and guess.
Champloo?
Yeah. What do you think of that? Should we watch Champloo?
Definitely.
Okay. It's one of Mick's, who's the guy from SMF, which we didn't get to use the opener, but I think alcoholics are still dying without it. It's fine.
Which, if you don't know, every time we use this opener, an alcoholic gets its wings, which means he died.
Yeah. Someday it'll be us. That'll be the end of the show. That'll be a season. That'll be the finale. The series finale. We'll both die. We'll have to like hold hands and it'll be weird and awkward. That's why we're gonna do more episodes. So we
better have better CGI than Sword Gai.
Yeah. But Mick is a big fan of it.
Yes.
We hooked him up with a game.
Which I didn't even realize existed until I saw it just randomly sitting out on the stage there.
Yeah. I mentioned it to him, and he was all over it. It's like one of his favorite animes is
It's a good anime.
Champloo.
It's a great
and
anime.
I thought, it's been on my mind since then, so I was like, let's just watch it.
I'm all for that, dude.
Yeah. Let's watch something, let's cleanse the palate
Yes.
and watch something not crap. It has swords and guys in it, so I want to redeem the fact that you can have an anime with guys and swords, that it's okay.
I almost want to watch Ninja Scroll again.
The series? Or the movie?
The movie.
Yeah.
I've never seen the series. I've only seen the movie. So.
Oh, I have the series.
You have the series.
Maybe after Champloo.
Ooh. I
Maybe
didn't
we can do
realize
it.
there was a series behind it.
Oh, yeah.
I've only seen the movie.
Oh, no, there's a series.
Yeah, like it was in middle school, and some kids were watching it.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, some kids were watching it in the science room after school.
That's crazy that they were able to do that. So much blood and boobs.
Yeah.
Not so much boobs, but there are boobs.
Yeah, but I don't think they were supposed to be in there doing that. I think that's just what they were doing.
Okay.
Like I said, I just happened to like be walking down the hallway and go in there to see it, or just go in there and see that was going on. I wasn't even supposed to be there. I just like, and this was 8th graders doing it, and I was in 6th grade.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's about when I watched it too. I went over to a friend's house. They were watching Ninja Scroll, and they didn't even like anime. Like, I don't know why they were watching it. And I showed up and watched it, and I was just like, wow, ninja! Like, this is ninja, right? Like, this is awesome. Blood and guts, and then the boobs came in, and I was like, wow, I'm sold. I am sold. I am a middle schooler, teenage boy. That's all I do.
Yeah.
Action and boobs and blood.
I didn't see it again until high school. Because I didn't know exactly, I knew it was Ninja Scroll, but I didn't know where to find it, all that stuff. So.
Okay, we'll put it on the list for next time. We're going to watch the series. Our game, Nerdplay. That's why this is like loose end episode. Tie 'em up. We had XCOM.
We had XCOM2.
Yes. And I was a much bigger fan of it than you, based on our brief conversation we've had about it.
Yes, you were a far bigger fan of it. I did not dislike it. I want to be very clear. I did not dislike it. I enjoyed it. I will not be putting as much time into it as you have.
Probably already.
Yes.
Yes.
I found the constant restarting extremely tedious.
Yeah.
And that was just bugging me. I don't know why, but I just was like, no, I want to continue to play. So I've done the same mission a few times now, doing the just playing it through, and it's definitely worth the restarting and stuff, because the next mission that comes up, you're incredibly hamstrung and hindered by having your best guys being taken out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it really, really hurts you later. So you got.
Oh, well, your guys become your best guys because they survive.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, that's what makes them the best guys. If they don't survive, you've lost all that improvement with them.
Exactly. And the thing about it is, though, is it's just like you don't level up. It's like Monster Hunter. You don't level up. You increase your armor. You increase your abilities.
Yeah.
And same
Although
way
they do kind of specifically level up, because like their accuracy will get better, and their personal stats will get
kind
better.
of, but yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can see that. They rank up. They go up as
Yeah. They get more skilled the more you use them. When you first start out and use your guys, they suck. Like, they're so crappy.
Yeah.
They miss all their shots, and it's terrible.
The first thing I did, though, so nobody went in as a rookie for me. First thing I did was create the training room and for new recruits. And first thing I did was just everybody go through that. Every time I get somebody new, straight into the training room, you come out of there as something. Specialists. I couldn't freaking keep specialists alive. Those were the ones that I don't know what their problem is. They may be so smart with technology, but they can't figure a battlefield out.
They're the ones with the drone?
Yes.
Yeah.
They couldn't figure a freaking battlefield out to save their A.
Yeah, they were definitely my, they would have to stay back.
Yeah.
And then I'd let the drones go in.
That's what I would do, too. But for some reason, they would still somehow, the enemy would take this pop shot at them that if I aimed at them was like a 17% chance to hit. And the enemy would take a pop shot at them. Oh, critical! And it just seemed to happen every damn time. I'm like, I don't get how that was the case, but...
Yeah. I loved...
In which case, I would restart the game and...
Yeah. Well, I had the basic rule of I would save once at the base, right?
Yeah.
And then I would save once at the beginning of the mission, because sometimes you go to the mission with the wrong guys, and if you didn't save at the base to redo your guys, you were screwed, right? That you're already, right from the get-go, before you do your first move, you're screwed.
Yep.
So I would always have those two saves. And then I would, as you play through each mission, you kind of get a feel for where the waves are, right? Like, they usually have a couple waves in them, and I would save at those points.
Yeah.
And then, so that way, anytime I died, I'd have that fresh move again, to save again. The first few, I forgot a few times, and I'd be screwed.
I did the save before the mission.
At the headquarters?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was it. Initially, until I talked to you, and you're like, yeah, I saved 3 or 4 times. I'm like, no, once I start the mission, I'm in the mission.
Oh, no, I save, man. I save, I think it was pretty common to have, 3 saves while in the mission.
And I did a couple of them since then with that. And, yeah, I was far more successful.
Yeah.
It's amazing what happens when you know the future. But,
right?
But, it's still, I don't know, the constant restarting got so tedious.
Well, and actually, if you did things, even though you would do things kind of the exact same way, the outcomes would be a little different.
Yes, it was always random and played out differently, but it still was certain. The enemies were always in the same spot.
Yes. Came
from the same area. So you knew that was going to happen. The chance to hit is always still the chance to hit.
Yes.
One of them was, I restarted it 4 times, and there was a turret at one spot, and that's how I always kicked it off, was taking this turret out, because I got my people into these spots.
Did you use your drone on it? That's how you take turrets out, with your drone. That's where those guys are super helpful. Yeah. Anything robotic, they just wipe it out.
Okay, I didn't do that, but there was another robot in this one, and I had my guy in the place, so because the robot would move ahead once that happened, and then I would send that robot out to take that robot out. But I used my sniper to take the turret out, and I had the sniper super stacked, and they had the enhanced shot, so it would reduce your hit percentage, but increase the damage.
Yeah.
Which was more than enough to destroy the turret. And so the first 3 times I did it, kicked it off by taking the turret out with the sniper, no problems. The 4th time I did it, did half damage on the turret, and it was like 99% chance to hit. Oh, half damage, you missed, or something. Like
Yeah,
what?
yeah. I really struggled with snipers in the game.
Oh, my snipers are the best, man.
Were they? Because they also have a pistol, right?
Yeah.
And there's like this cutoff range to where they'll use one or the other, and
Yep.
I really struggled with finding
And
that
now,
line.
see, I had one sniper that I did not give the free shot to, but everyone else, all my snipers, I gave the free shot to the pistol. Dude, I used the heck out of that.
The pistol itself.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you could use the pistol once per turn without it costing you a move point.
I don't think that worked for me.
Yeah, no. So you do that, and it's an option. You have to cycle over to it and say use this.
Yeah.
And I would use it, and I would put the sniper in position, like with my person with the drone, and intentionally let somebody get close or an enemy get to a certain area, and then have the sniper just go pistol them real quick, and then take the long shot out here.
That makes more sense. I'm gonna make a pretty safe assumption that just based on the amount of banter we have to say about XCOM2, that we loved it way more than Sword Guy.
Oh, dude.
Like, hands down, right? I love that our Sword Guy review is like, it's a turd. I cannot get this stink off me still. Do not even try it. And XCOM, you were even like, it's okay, but we could talk about it for a half hour, right? That's how bad Sword Guy was. It was seriously that bad. You've had so much to say about this.
Clearly.
Yeah. I really think XCOM for me strikes that, and I never played the first one. I really should have. It was the reason I got PlayStation Plus.
I played the first one and never got past the tutorial.
Okay.
But I didn't understand what the game was then.
Yeah.
I just jumped into it thinking, oh, it's just going to be another cover shooter type thing.
Yeah.
Which is not.
No. I feel the same way about Valkyria Chronicles, and that's one of the reasons why I like this is because it strikes so many nostalgic chords for me with Valkyria. That is one of my all-time favorite games. I love that game so much.
Valkyria Chronicles, I knew what I was getting into beforehand because you explained it to me.
Yeah.
Where, like I said, the first time I played the first XCOM was I got the first XCOM. I sat down to play it. You have the first tutorial section. You have to go down a alley, break into a building, blah blah blah. And you can't see the enemies until you get inside. Blah, blah. And I was expecting it to be a cover shooter, like Gears of War style stuff, whatever. Because that's kind of what the preview looked like to me when I saw it.
Yeah.
Because the preview didn't show them picking the paths.
Yeah.
And all this, they just showed them and then cut to somebody running across and.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, so this is what it's going to be. No, if you watch it on that, it's total false advertising.
Yes.
For what it is. It's not action gameplay in any way.
No. You can kind of set it up that way, but it's not. It's very I think of Valkyria Chronicles a little bit this way, but XCOM even more, where it's almost like battle chess on steroids. It's kind of what it's like. Like it's to that degree of a turn-based action game, right? Like it's not as rudimentary as a chess game, but it reminds me so much of that.
Yeah.
Like you really pick your moves. It's very, very strategic. Having your guy one space closer or further away in a spot could mean victory or defeat for you. It just totally could. The moves are that crucial in the game, but that also means you might reload, right? Because you made that one space too, and it's not the fastest loading game in the world.
No.
I wish it would load quicker. It's not the prettiest game in the world. I think Valkyria Chronicles beats it on that hands down.
For era, yes.
Yeah, and also, because even Valkyria Chronicles is even older.
Oh yeah, way older.
Yeah, and it has its own kind of unique, cool art style, and the story in Valkyria Chronicles is hands down better. Like this has got a pretty loose story in it. It doesn't really emphasize that a whole bunch. When I was playing it, I had a buddy of mine stop by, and he was watching me play it a little bit, and he was like, "So which guy are you? Like which one's you, dude?" And I was like, "No, I'm more like God, kind of." Like the general that's overseeing all my little minions is kind of more how you play that game. You're not necessarily any one guy in particular because they could all die, and then you'd bring in the next wave, right, to do it again. So But I actually really, really enjoyed it. It's a game I feel really comfortable with putting down and coming back to in like a month or two.
Yeah.
And cracking out on it for a day or two and just having a blast all over again and do that again with it.
I think any game that does that, though, well, Persona aside, because Persona kind of does allow you to do that.
Yeah.
And it has a great story, though.
We're going to say they're not that story-driven.
But yeah, most games that allow you to do that, you're not following it for the story.
Yeah.
That said, though, I played Persona hardcore through twice.
Yes.
Without putting it down. So, no, yeah, I couldn't just put Persona down and then come back to it, like, because of the
Unless
story.
you stopped at like a chapter or like whatever, like a month or whatever it is, like a quarter of the school or whatever, right? Unless you stopped at a definitive point like that, it would be trickier to do that in Persona. And Persona is just addicting if you like the story.
It is. Well,
this one doesn't have that addictive story.
I think we've made it clear that what I play games for more than anything is story.
Yeah.
I have since
Except for Monster Hunter, which you've totally cracked out on.
I totally
basically zero story.
I've totally cracked out on it, but so I was thinking about it the other day because I haven't been playing near as much of it.
Yeah.
I get on, I do the daily stuff, or not the daily stuff, but like the every week they have a limited bounty.
Yeah.
So you have 5 days to kill X number of this, X number of this, X number of this, and then do 5 9-rank missions, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you got to complete those. So I'll usually go hammer those out in a day. Do some online stuff, play with a few people. But I think the biggest driving force for the reason why I was so far into Monster Hunter was because, so you have a friend that was just huge into it. And he finally got you to get into it. About the same amount of time behind him, you were about the same amount of time behind him as I was behind you.
But that's not true. He had played it for... He had played it and beat it on Jack's system, right?
Okay.
Then he bought another new system, played all the way through everything again, and beat it again, and got to level 80, and then I started playing with him.
Oh, okay.
So that's how long he's been playing. So he's 3 times as long as we've played. Like he's to the burnout point. He doesn't even play with us anymore.
No.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I'm saying is so you were playing catch up with somebody else, and I get in. And now I'm playing catch-up with both of y'all. And so I was putting in extra time trying to get the cutscene stuff done, hammer through this stuff, get it done so that when we played together, we could just play together.
Yeah.
And I finally get to that point, and you guys aren't playing anymore.
Yeah.
But I was like, all right, well, I hammered through all this shit to do this, and I got to play some. I got to do this. So I set a few goals of, I got to get this done, I got to get this done, and this done. And so that's what I've done, and then I've just been doing the limited bounty since.
But even when you played, we pretty quickly jumped from you playing catch-up to me now playing catch-up with you. Like, you helped me finish my last optional missions.
I did.
You told me certain items to get that were super benefit. Like, the roles reversed as we were playing them, totally.
That last week of us playing, yes.
Yeah, totally.
Well, yeah, but I've got more hours in the game now, too.
Yeah, it's true. I was just thinking we should put a score on XCOM, but did we even score Sword Gai?
Oh, is there a score for
I
it?
didn't think we put a score on it. I'm gonna
2.
2? Wow.
It's a turd. It really is a turd.
I think it's totally a turd also. I'm going to give it a... man. I'm trying to think if I've seen worse anime. I'm sure that I have, but I really want to brand it with a super turd, so I'm going to give it a 1.9. So it gets the super turd. So XCOM, though. If I have to score XCOM... I think this was a really solid game to get as far as a free game. I was pretty stoked with it.
So are we doing the standard? It's a free game, gets an extra boost on the...
I don't know. Whatever your gut tells you, I think.
Okay. Because, I mean, there's been a lot of games that we've scored higher just because it was free.
Because they were free, right? Like, the price was right.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to play more XCOM. I really did enjoy it. I don't feel the need to do it right now. We'll get into that after we're done scoring it. Why? I've got a new game obsession.
Yeah, we know this.
I'm going to say...
Well, it's not we anymore. It's...
Yeah, right? We're going to switch systems. I'm going to give it I think it's worth a solid 7 where I sit now. I do think it's good. I really enjoy it.
Okay.
I want to play more of it before I would give it more than that. Like, so maybe something will happen that'll be crappy. I think even if something happens where it makes it crappier, it's still a 7 for me.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
I was going to go 7 as well.
Okay, cool.
So, all right.
I'm not going to argue with that. So I'm gonna put it out there that we don't pick a game for the rest of July.
What?
Is that okay? Can you handle that? I want to play my new game Obsession. Can we? Is that okay?
I don't have one. I can't switch it up.
You've been thinking of all the Monster Hunter you get caught up on.
But I'm caught up on Monster Hunter. You're not.
Play Persona again. The big news. The first of this month was my birthday.
Happy birthday, Maria.
Right. And my wife got me a super cool gift. And it's collab between some other people, which is something I wanted to mention. And she got me a Nintendo Switch. And I got Zelda with it. And I have to say I'm very just obsessed with Zelda right now. So if we can not obligate me to play another game this month, I would love to just keep playing Zelda. If you're okay with that.
It's fine, dude. Whatever.
Whatever. It's all about you.
Marcus.
You want to do a little like first impression? Switch
Yeah.
first impressions?
Yeah. I know that the Joy-Cons don't quite line up for you. I know that really bugs you.
It drives me nuts. And I
know.
think part of the reason why the sticks don't, right? And I think it's...
Did you ever look at those aftermarket
No, I
Joy-Cons,
didn't.
or if they made a different...
If there is a different setup for it. I kind of doubt it because the logo is the two Joy-Con. It's like a yin-yang,
Yeah.
right? So, and they are off. I don't think that's why the controllers are that way, but I think they saw the controllers and were like, hey, it's like a yin-yang. Let's make the logo look like that, right?
Yeah.
At least, I've never been a fan of offset sticks, but at least with Xbox, they're kind of more adjacent to each other as opposed to like over the top of one another.
The Xbox One works for first-person shooter.
Yeah.
It really does. Because it puts your directional stick, the left stick, first and foremost. It's the most natural position for your thumbs to sit.
Mm-hmm.
Is for your movement stick.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've ever found it work. And that said, I hate that controller for everything else.
Well, this one, it's like the left one is normal for at least it prioritizes the stick on the left side, which is what you want because you're going to be looking around, right?
Well,
or you're going to be moving around. Yeah, it's your steer one, so you want that to be dominant. The right Joy-Con, the stick is at the bottom, which is for your head, which I think for some games won't matter, but Zelda specifically, the camera doesn't follow your character, so you have to move the camera. When I turn and run back at myself, it might eventually shift, but it's not fast enough if stuff's going on. You have to spin the camera to see what's going on. Mm-hmm. And because all of your action and move buttons are directly over the top of it, you're trying to like hurdle it all the time, which makes it weird. Mm-hmm. Like at least on the Xbox, it's to the left, right? So it's more natural.
Just roll your thumb over.
Yeah, it's more natural to go to the left and the right, but to have to reach over it to hit buttons and then go back to it, would you call that like ergonomically flawed? Would that be the word for it?
Yes, that would be ergonomically flawed, but I don't think they can overcome that easily other than moving the stick to the top now, so you have two top sticks.
Yeah, and then it'd be more of a down to the buttons, which I think still would be an easier transition to go downhill towards you than it would be because you're reaching over that stick, right? So that's a kind of an issue I have with it. Really, any real issues I have with the Switch.
So Ed, you've got a Switch. He's got a Switch. We've talked about doing an episode.
Yeah, we should do it.
We should.
I've probably got...
Maybe we should make another 4-person episode and see if we can't get Josh on, too.
Okay, let's do it. I would love to talk to some other people with the Switch and see if they have similar kind of issues with it.
It's fine. I'll just go play Jack.
You guys go play Monster Hunter.
No, I'll go play Jack. You guys can do your episode.
Oh, okay. You'll be Jack.
No, dude. Nobody can beat Jack. Have you seen the size of his head?
Yeah. And you don't have enough hair to be Jack.
No.
Not right now.
I
don't have enough hair to be Jack.
I
At least not on my head.
I don't think I will ever have that much hair again.
Yeah.
I did it one time.
I will say for the Switch, because it's a group gift, right?
Yeah.
It's awesome. I think if you could buy one super awesome game and play that game on its own little handheld, wherever you on a big screen handheld, wherever you want, which is basically Zelda for me.
Oh, producer's back.
Yep. If you break it down, I basically got Zelda and the Switch for like $100 of my pocket.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
I spent $60 on a game anyway.
Yeah.
But now I can take it on the road with me. So I think you have to almost look at it a little bit with that PS Plus mentality, right? Like it gets higher points for me because I didn't spend $350 to get Zelda plus the Switch, right?
And is that what they're going for?
They're $300, and then the games are standard game price.
Yeah.
I was assuming they'd be like $10 cheaper, but they're not at all. As far as the system itself, it's inferior. There's no, you cannot, I don't care what anybody's argument is, it is not superior to an Xbox or PlayStation in any way other than portability. That's the only one that's there.
Even in the base station.
The system is this. It's a handheld.
Yeah.
There's no way around that. Like, I don't care what people say. The docking thing, all it does is put the image on the screen. When you pick up that docking thing, it is hollow plastic. The thing doesn't even weigh a pound. Like, it's nothing there at all.
All right. We get it.
Yeah. It's a handheld. It's a glorified handheld.
It's a Wii U, but better.
Yeah, way better, right? But all that said, it is loads of fun, and it is really good at what it does. But even in Zelda, like, there is pop-it, right? Like, the way it runs the game, it just doesn't have the power to do everything that that a PlayStation would do. I think if you had Zelda on a PlayStation, it would run smoother, and there wouldn't be that pop-in and that type of thing, right? But also, that said, you watched a little bit of it when I was playing it, like, the movement in the game is
everything
beyond
it was
smooth.
good.
It's really, really smooth. So I give it a lot of credit.
The movement
for that.
tracking was good. The graphics were nothing exceptional, but they were not bad. I mean, they were.
No.
It was put up onto a 60-inch TV and didn't look hindered at all.
No.
It looked just as good as anything else I would expect to be on that TV.
Yes, totally agree.
And it was good.
Yeah,
I was very, very pleased with it. I was like, I was a little shocked by it, actually.
At how nice it looked.
Yeah.
The thing that shocked me most, as far as visually, was how smooth it was. It's when you pan left and right in Zelda, there's zero stutter. When you pan up and down, zero stutter.
Which that TV does have a problem with is the up and down.
And it's not there. But even if we play like anything on PlayStation, and I pan left or right, there's something. Like, it's not this just like I turned my head super smooth, real life transition.
Yeah.
It's got a little stutter. And Zelda's not that way at all. So I give it massive props for that. The game itself, phenomenal. It's so fun.
I was going to say the TV, that TV specifically, like when you're watching football and you're watching the guys running side to side and stuff, no problem. The camera pans side to side, no problem. But when the quarterback sets up and does that throw and the camera immediately goes up like this, it's always like,
yeah.
I don't know what it is about that vertical tracking, but it just doesn't do the vertical tracking well.
Yeah.
But the horizontal on that TV is great.
Well, in Zelda, they both looked awesome.
Yeah,
I was pretty
did.
Yeah.
But then when you think about it, though, it's rated for a screen that big.
Yeah.
So
you think that's part of it?
I think so.
Because I know the box has something in it, right? Like, because it's supposed to upscale it.
Well, yeah, it's got electrical contacts, and it makes it go to the TV.
I think that's about all it does. When we're done here, you should really just pick it up and be like, wow, that really, the thing that weighs anything is the power cord that comes out of it. The drag of that is what weighs something.
Well, while we're waiting, can I get another brew?
Oh, you already took them all to Pound Town? There, finish that one off.
Okay, fine.
The other fear I have about the Switch is that Nintendo came out with their super heavy hitters right out of the gate.
Oh yeah, Zelda and Mario, first thing.
First things, and they're already talking Mario Kart.
Those are the biggest four Donkey Kong Country, I think, is the only thing that was...
Yeah, and that's out, right? And I don't know what Donkey Kong Country is. I've never been the biggest Donkey Kong Country fan.
I loved the first Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah.
It was freaking awesome.
And I bet there's a lot of nostalgia there if you play
And
the new one.
The thing about it, well, I think the thing about that one was just how much it was a drastic change to what Nintendo and gameplay is.
Mm.
You know, it's like, oh wow, this is like, it's
And that
definitely
was Super Nintendo, right? And
Yeah.
it looked phenomenal.
Yeah, it was like it's a kid's game, but it's a kid's game that's appealing to the slightly older audience.
Yeah.
You know,
And this I'm worried because, like, even with the Mario Kart, it's the Mario Kart Deluxe, which is a bunch of old tracks, right? So it's not like it's filled with all this new stuff. It's got all this old stuff in it, which is still great. If this is your first exposure to it, that is the best case scenario.
Oh,
but if
yeah.
I've owned every single one along the way, it's regurgitated, kind of, right?
I own you.
It's yeah, right. And then they're saying the same thing about Smash Bros. That Smash Bros is coming out, and which I'm not gonna get it. I don't really care about Smash Bros, but lots of people do, and they're totally chomping at the bit for this. They keep selling it as everything from all the past Smash Brothers in this new Smash Bros.
There was a comic that was, I can't remember how many panels it was, but it was totally Mario and Princess Peach. It was like Super Smash Brothers, and it says Player 1 picks Mario. I'm so sorry. And it's Princess Peach. Oh, really? You know, and then they're just back here, and you just see the blurred out hands and them smacking each other. And it's like, I'm sorry, I don't want to do this to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what it would really be. You know, it's like, because they know each other. You know, it's like, whatever. But they're just beating on each other.
Domestic dispute.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They make me do it.
I've never been a Smash Bros. fan, really.
I've never played Smash Brothers.
It's weird because it's more about knocking someone off a stage, right?
Oh.
So it's not like...
So we're talking Dragon Ball Super now.
Kind of, I guess, at the show, anyway. Yeah, it is very much like that. But it's so chaotic. It's hard to tell what your character... It does a lot of zooming
by
in
the
and out
way,
and stuff.
Dragon Ball Super, I'm finally up to the actual they're fighting on that stage.
In the tournament?
Yeah.
Oh, the tournament part has some good stuff. It's
Yeah.
It's like the Cell Saga, some of those episodes where they just look phenomenal and you're like,
Okay,
wow.
so actually I was going to comment to that because the pre-tournament had a couple of spots like that. One or two of the episodes of the pre-tournament were, I was like, wow, this is like really drawn well. This is like, I feel like classic Dragon Ball here.
Yeah, you wait. It gets good too. There's like a handful of them.
Yeah, well, it immediately went back into that just weird.
I think, actually, I think Super is a great thing to bring up in the whole Switch talk because I think that's kind of how the Switch is. It's like it is kind of the Dragon Ball Super of Nintendo things, right? It's like it has the technology and it has like they come out quickly and it is kind of scratching that itch, but I don't know that it'll ever be as good as the nostalgia that originally roped you in.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of similar in that way.
I gotta say though, because we went through the whole of the freaking the Goku Black and all that BS.
Yeah.
It was garbage.
Yeah, I agree. It wasn't very good.
Your phone's leaking.
It's blowing up.
But
Oh, it's Justin.
what the hell does Walter want?
Oh, great. He's making his own tracks now that he wants us to race. I love that he's gone from selecting garbage tracks in GTA and then subjecting us to them for hours, hours on Tuesdays. And to now he's making his own garbage that he's going to subject us to.
That's awesome.
No, I'm totally going to answer him back and we might race one of them. As soon as we're done here.
All right.
I'm gonna reserve my full like Nintendo Switch score, like as far as the system itself goes. I have some concerns. We'll
You've
see
only
if
played
those are
one
alleviated.
game, right?
I have only played one game. I've played the 1-2 Switch. Which is the one we played with Josh, which is the little. It's the gimmicky little game, right?
No, you don't.
I just got Mario Odyssey.
That's release content.
Yeah.
That's ATV Off-Road Fury. That's freaking...
Yes, but to be fair, so is Zelda. Zelda was the first game.
Yeah, but Zelda was an actual complete release game ready for a full system.
Yeah.
Before it was released.
The best things I can say about the Switch is Zelda. Like, I talk about Zelda for a whole episode if you want, and it's awesome.
And that's what people have been saying about Skyrim on it. People have been saying Skyrim has been amazing on the Switch.
I don't know that I'll care, right? Like, I don't know... The Switch has like 30 games every week that are released on it. And most of the time, 30 of those have been out on the other systems forever. Yeah. Their biggest thing now that there's all these trailers for and everybody's just so stoked is Warframe. Warframe was a free game, I'm pretty sure, at launch on PS4.
Okay.
And now it's going to come over to the Switch and people are just like, that's the best thing in the world. And which is great. And I do think that people that own a Switch should have access to all those games.
Does that mean they've just been starving for a good game for a long time?
What?
I mean, does that just mean that's how much Switch players have been starving for good games?
I don't know. I don't understand. I don't get that part of it.
Because, I mean, that was whenever I talked to... I've been talking to Ed for quite a while about he needs to come on and talk the Switch with us.
Yeah.
And every time he says, well, they don't have any real good games out yet. There's only a couple good games. And that's something he's been reiterating.
Has he played Zelda?
I'm pretty sure he has.
You'd have to play Zelda.
I'm pretty sure he's played Zelda. I mean, you said it was the Nintendo Zelda
for
a long time.
That's what I kept calling it. Yeah. And I was forever I've been chomping at the bit to play Zelda on it.
Yeah.
It doesn't disappoint. I will say that for it. I'm super I'm stoked to play it right now. Yeah. I would play it right now. It is loads of fun. The best way to play the Switch, for sure, is to either have the little screen set up so you can watch that, or have it on the screen. Have the Joy-Cons off.
Just don't have the Joy-Cons
one
attached.
in each hand. You don't need a Pro controller. You don't need the little controller that they slide onto that like makes it into a amateur controller, I guess, if the other one's a Pro, right? But I've literally sat on the couch with my arms like this.
Yeah, that's why I walked in the other day.
Yeah, and it's like but that was my favorite thing about the Wii, right? Was that you could lay in bed and play the Wii and have both hands just like at your sides playing it. And that's so awesome. I just love the freedom of that movement. And this has that quality, which is really, really cool. I'm still really kind of curious about what's going to happen with it. Again, I got a super good deal. That's a massive selling point for me.
Yeah.
I would spend $100 on a game no matter what, like for my PlayStation. If that was like the best game of the year, whatever, you'd spend $100 on it, don't you think?
No.
If that game was super, super amazing and just the best one of the year, you don't think you'd spend $100 on it?
I have a real hard time spending full price on a game, period.
Yeah.
I just do.
Okay, so what if you spent $100 on a super awesome game, plus you could take that game anywhere you wanted and play it, whether it's a TV, handheld, wherever. Because the system comes with it.
I would do that.
Yeah, right? That's why I can't help but think it's this super sweet deal. I think a gift is the best way to get a Switch. I mean, it's the best way to get any system, for sure.
No, I get that.
But I feel better about it because of that, right? Like if my wife would have
what you're saying was if it wasn't a gift, you would not have a Switch.
No, I wouldn't have one.
And how
after having one, I would not race out and get one either. Like I can't.
That is not a good advertisement for Switch.
And it's because of the system. It has nothing to do with Zelda. Zelda's awesome. I absolutely love being able to play that. It's the flaws in the system itself.
Which we've said in the past is we want to play it.
Yeah. I'm a little leery about it. And Nintendo is totally teaming up with Xbox. Have you heard about that?
No.
You can play your Fortnite now with Xbox and with...
for crossplay.
Yeah, for crossplay.
Yeah,
They're totally... Xbox and Nintendo are teaming up.
They have nothing to lose. PlayStation really has nothing to lose, but...
Well, and how ironic is it that PlayStation approached Nintendo first, right? Way back in the day to collaborate with Nintendo and make a disc-based system for Nintendo, right?
Oh, okay, no. Nintendo approached Sony as a hardware developer.
Yeah.
Nintendo was the software developer and all this other stuff and said, hey, Sony, you're great with freaking Laserdisc imaging and all that technology. Will you help us out? And Sony's like, yes, we have a processor and a laser reader that can work great for this. Develop the PlayStation. Well, it was supposed to be the Super Famicom whatever deal, which was going to be a laser and cartridge machine.
Yeah.
And somewhere in the dealings, it fell apart, and Sony went their way, and Nintendo went their way, and Sony actually ended up approaching Sega, and Sega said, well, you guys could never handle it in the market, and Sony said, okay.
Yeah.
Made their own system, and where's Sega now?
Right.
Making
and
games
where's
for...
Sony now? Right.
But I'm just saying, where's Sega now? Making games for Sony.
Yeah. I think you're totally right. Sony doesn't need it. They don't care. It does them no good.
That's the problem right there. It's not that they don't need it, it's they don't care.
Now, I totally agree that that's an issue. And I wish they did care. But it's like having the carrot on a stick, but there's no carrot. Mm-hmm. Right? It's like, where's the incentive for Sony to do that? Yeah. Right? You're asking...
I think, and I hate to say this, but I think until the PlayStation 5 comes out and flops...
If that happens.
That happens. Yeah. Precisely, if that happens. But until the PlayStation whatever comes out and flops.
Yeah.
Until that happens.
Until they need it.
Yeah, exactly.
And they just don't. But I also think at the same time that it's not really fair for those other systems to keep harping on Sony either. It's like, why does that have to be such the issue?
Well, because, I mean, look at automotive manufacturers. Automotive manufacturers are always harping against the other person.
Yeah, I guess so. Huh?
No, it's just the way it
is.
It's
yeah.
Discredit the other person.
Yeah, it's no longer brand X. It's just brand the name.
Look at politicians.
Right? Yeah. Remember when we were kids and it used to always be like, this laundry detergent's better than brand X. Now there is no more brand X. It's just the competitor brand. Yeah. We don't even mark them as X anymore.
Yeah. But no, but I'm just saying, I mean, look at politicians even. It's not, look how great I am. It's look how shitty that person is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what marketing is anymore.
Yeah, so it's totally true.
So,
I think if you haven't played games for a really long time, and by a long time I mean this generation, right? If you have never played a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One, right? Mm-hmm. Then maybe a Switch isn't a horrible decision for you because it's got all this energy with games that have already come out on those other systems, but they're like reinvigorated on this new system, right? Mm-hmm. And you can take it on the go with you everywhere. That's super cool. But if you have played PS4 or Xbox One at all, and you've played those because you've wanted the like visual benefits, the processing benefits, all of that new, latest, greatest game, then I don't think the Switch is... I think you'll be disappointed.
Okay, so what if you've been a diehard Nintendo player your entire life? All you ever do, every system you've ever gotten before has always been the Nintendo and then the next Nintendo to follow.
Yeah.
Is a Switch for you?
Did you transition to a PlayStation 4 while you waited for the Switch?
No.
Then why would you not get it?
But why would you? Because all the games that are out there are games that you can other than the Zelda. Smash Brothers, you already got Smash Brothers.
Yeah, well, you've already previous versions. Well, and also that's a good one for like the Mario Kart even too, because it's basically the remastered of the other Mario Karts.
Yeah. Right?
If you already own all of those, the benefit would be that you can play them online with other people on like a relevant server, right? That might matter to you. Maybe the community is super awesome with Nintendo. I have yet to play an online game.
Speaking of that, I gotta say, PlayStation 3. I think I've gone my first full month without firing my PlayStation 3 up.
Oh, wow.
It's starting to wane for me.
Yeah? I fire mine up every single night and watch Netflix or Hulu.
Yeah, but
I don't play games on
You're not playing
It's
games,
been a long
though.
time since I played a game.
You're just using it as a multimedia system.
Yes, that's true. Very true.
But my one TV that I'm using is the one that my PlayStation 4 is hooked up to. And my PlayStation 4 does all the multimedia stuff that my PlayStation 3 does.
Yeah.
So why would I fire the PlayStation 3 up?
Yeah.
When all I have to do is close program, open program.
You got the Justin text about making tracks? Is that what he's doing?
But screwing around with editor. Anyone interested in checking out my first 2 races?
Yeah. I love that he's making GTA Mod Nation.
Yeah.
Right?
He's like, no guys, you can't leave me.
Right? He's so hilarious. Yeah.
We need to find him another game. We really do.
I don't know what he'll play. What will he play with us?
Definitely not Monster Hunter.
No.
No, it's not a Justin game. He gets so sick so fast.
I think it has to be a car racing game.
It doesn't have to be car racing, but that would definitely be a bonus for him.
Yeah, which is what he's turned GTA into.
With the last 2 weeks, yes.
Yes. I hope we get nightclubs.
Yeah, or you've been waiting for that.
Yeah, I want something new. I just need something new. It's the same thing. I guess his personal tracks will be new. We'll see. If he has used the past 2 weeks to hone his track making skills and like find what's crap and what's not, and he's got some like super gems he's made, I'm fine with it. That's 2 weeks is totally worth it for me then.
Well, okay, to be fair though, a few of those tracks he's chosen have been really good.
Yeah, but also to be fair, a few of those tracks he's chosen are total turds, and they're still on his list. Right? We play those every single time.
Okay. The one transform that he can't seem to get rid of, the one where you drop down that one that goes, Zhoo! And then you have to go to the left for that.
Yeah. So you don't hit the sign.
Yeah, that one. I hate that one.
Yeah.
So much, and yes.
I don't think he likes it either, but he just leaves it in there. It's like when you drive around with your friend and they got their iPod or their whatever, their playlist, and they keep coming up with all these songs they keep skipping because they hate them. I've had that friend. I'm like, it's your playlist. Delete the songs, dude. Why do you keep skipping those?
I have stations in Pandora.
Yeah.
Like that because I don't hate the song, but it doesn't belong on that station.
Yeah.
And I just feel like Pandora won't ever play me that song again. If I say don't like it.
Oh, okay.
You know
want it
saying?
to come back on, right?
Yeah, it's like, I want to hear it sometimes, but not very often.
That's what those songs are on my friend's playlist?
Yeah, probably.
Right? He's like, no, I want to listen to that by myself, alone, when nobody else has to know I like it.
Yes. Exactly. Alanis Morissette. Anyway.
Oh, my God. So anyway, we're going to watch Samurai Champloo.
Yes.
Again, and hopefully it'll hold up. I'm sure it will. I really, really enjoyed it the first time. We're not going to play a game, because I'm going to play the Switch.
Well, I'm going to be playing games.
Well, we're going to play games, but I'm going to play my Switch.
Yeah, because you're a loser.
And I'm going to play Mario, because I just got that. I'll play that with Kristen. Maybe
basically,
maybe I should let you borrow the Switch. Would you even play it if I let you borrow it?
Of course I would.
I think you can make multiple save files on Zelda. I'm pretty sure.
Ooh. Well, you want your Switch back, though. So
I do. Well, you can have it for like a week. How about a week out of the month? I'll let you have it.
All right.
And then we'll get a hold of Josh. And what's the other guy's name?
Ed.
Ed. That's right. We'll get a hold of Ed, and maybe they'll want to come and talk. I'd be curious to see what Ed has to say about it. He sounds like he's experiencing right now some of the concerns I think I might run into, because I think it's going to be the same way. If I can get all those other games,
well, I've been trying to get.
Why wait to get them on the Switch when I can just get them on my PS4 and they probably run better?
I gotta say, Ed's one of, like, just as far as people go, he's just somebody I really appreciate as a person.
Yeah,
and he's very interesting. He's very well spoken. He thinks he's not, but he really is. And
he's gonna be like extra well spoken because basically it's you and me, and then it's him, right? So
yeah,
he's just gonna blow us away,
right?
Yeah,
doesn't take much there, but I mean, he's really well spoken. He's done, and he's got a freaking broadcasting degree.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it's like this is his arena.
Yeah,
you know, but. I've been trying to get him to come on before he even got a Switch, and then he's like, "Oh, I got a Switch." I'm like, "Awesome! Well, you really need to come in and talk with us."
Yeah. I would love to. And I'm gonna I think you should borrow it for a week. Okay. Monster Hunter it for a week. Okay. Persona it for 1 week. See, just remember to just treat it like your baby, because you know that's how I treat my toys.
You got your Vita back nice, and you got your PS3 back nice.
Yes. I'm sure I'll get it back nice.
Yes. You didn't get your one comic that got creased back.
That did get a crease in it. That's
one
right.
comic did.
But I think it's one that I got the lenticular cover of later anyway. Wasn't
I think
it?
you do. I think it was.
So
yeah,
that's fine. I've already forgotten.
Well, I told you I'd buy it again, and you said not to. So
yeah, I know it's fine. It's not that bad of a deal. I think. That's kind of my. I've already said that's kind of my mentality with comics anyway. Either they're kept pristine or they're beat up because you read them all the time. Like those are the two acceptable zones for a comic. You just started that one on the process. It's fine.
That one was totally like a week after my surgery. I went to go sit down and like ended up tripping up and just put my freaking hand out right into the stack of comics, and that one like slipped off the top and just
Yeah. Oh. Well, and let's be honest,
dude, I felt so bad.
Well, but anytime you let anybody borrow anything, I mean, you're kind of taking a stance of understanding something could happen to it.
I just gotta say, even though I haven't given it back to him yet, the what do you call it? Copy of V for Vendetta for Jack. He's totally getting so much better out of that deal for loaning it to me.
What do you mean? Oh, because you have to give him a new one?
No, he's getting a new one. We'll see if he listens to this.
Now you're scaring me, and I don't want you to borrow my Switch.
No, so he loaned it to me, and it's like it was so waterlogged and like moldy and just
the book was
abused and gross. And I open it up, and the pages are like totally like just bleached away and everything else. And I'm like, dude, I can't read this. And so I just got on Amazon, ordered another one, and I've been reading that one and real slow about it because it is kind of a hard read, slow read as far as it goes. It's a lot of.
I feel that way about the movie.
Dude, I love the movie though.
I think the movie's okay, but it's slow.
Dude, it is slow, but the comic is even slower. But the comic is actually way better so far than the movie was. The comic covers so much more stuff than the movie did, and I can see why they did the movie the way they did. But anyway, like I said, so I bought a new copy of it, and I've been reading that one, and he's totally gonna get just both of them back when I'm done with it.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's give him an upgrade.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe just wait till his birthday
Jack,
or something,
though.
right? Yeah.
Oh my god.
You could double down on that.
So we'll see if he actually pays attention to this show outside of
being here,
showing up every once in a while.
Right? I hate that guy.
I hate him, but appreciate it when he's here at times.
Yes. Right? Look that up.
Mostly the beginning and the end.
When he shows up and he leaves. Whatever. We love you, Jack. So Samurai Champloo. Watch it.
I'm out of beer again.
All right. Well, better wrap it up. Games. You're gonna play Switch for a week. You can play. Wow. The little bit of beer that was left, you just threw on the table.
Did you see it? Just like.
That was weird, huh?
That was weird.
Yeah. That was like God saying nope. There you go.
There you go.
And then maybe we'll try to get Ed on by the end of the month. Maybe we can do a kind of... I'm really curious to talk to him about it because, again, I do have that limited experience. There's a game coming out this month. It's like Octo Traveler or Octopath Traveler or something that I downloaded the demo for, which is actually a prelude to the game, which is super cool. I love it when they do that with a demo, where it's not just like this kind of just thrown at you, your guy's halfway leveled up and whatever, so you just get used to whatever.
That's what they did with the early God of War demos.
Yeah, right. It's like you're in the middle of the game, and this is a prelude to the game, which is actually kind of cool. It makes its own little game to do, and I haven't even touched that yet. So I'm curious to try that. I want to dabble more. I'll let you dabble. At the end of the month, maybe we can get Ed on. We can I'm curious what he says and if we have similar concerns.
You talk with Josh, I'll talk with Ed. We'll get it handled.
There we go. And I guess other than that, let's talk about our beer. You apparently liked it.
It was pretty good. I don't know about it too much. I mean, I clearly didn't like it enough.
Right? Just throw it everywhere.
I know.
I kind of wish it was a little bit hoppier. Like, I wish it had a little more of a bite.
I think it should have had a little bit more bite initially, but if it did, it wouldn't be as good as it's finishing out.
Yeah, I agree.
I really like the way this beer is finishing out. It's such a smooth beer all the way through, and it's drinkable.
It's still that, rich... It's still kind of rich, though.
Yeah, but it's rich, but it's not overpowering. And it's drinkable. It's drinkable through the whole spectrum.
Yes.
It's definitely more crisp to begin with. The body really comes out. The tartness really comes out. You do get IPA breath from it.
Yeah, that's when that comes out, is at the very end.
Yes.
After it's gone.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. But no, this is a really smooth rich. Juicy is a good term for it.
Yeah, I agree.
I really agree. Citrusy. It's got a little bit of the grassy going on, but it's not like the dank, I'm going to be bitter and gross grassy that a lot of them have.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put it.
Yeah, I agree, where it's not super earthy. Almost the kind of rich, a little bit heavier body that it has, I think overpowers that a little bit, and more so as it warms up.
And it does have that strong, heavy body, but not a sweet cloyingness.
No. It's not abrasive. It doesn't have any sort of an alcohol-y kind of taste to it. It tastes like what they put into it has been utilized.
Yes.
And I like that about it.
It's very well utilized. It's a very well-rounded, very well utilized beer.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good. It's easy to drink. I like it. I like it a lot.
Totally. I think after all the beers we've had on this show, that is a quality that I've really come to appreciate about a beer. Is even if I don't necessarily like everything about the beer, but it tastes like everything they put into it was put in with a purpose and it was utilized. It bumps that beer up for me. You know, even though it's not my favorite, there wasn't wasted energy here. It wasn't like just out there to just for fluff and puff, right? Like it's everything in there is in there with intention and it was utilized. And so I appreciate that about it for sure.
And this definitely has that.
Yeah, and it would be a great. I don't know if this would be like a GTA Tuesday beer. I don't think it's got the potency level for it. I would have to drink too much of it.
GTA Tuesdays have elevated the
necessity
right. for.
That's where it's okay if things aren't fully utilized, as long as the numbers are up.
GTA Tuesdays have become well-adjusted days.
Yes, they have. And that's because we're playing GTA, which we've put thousands of hours into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to make it a challenge.
Yeah, right? We're going to see who's the most inebriated on the race, right? But I think that, like, if you're barbecuing or just hanging out in, like, a good social setting...
It's a great beer for your beer.
Totally that.
Totally, and it's not a door beer.
No, I don't think so either. I think it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. I would say... I'm going to give it a full-on 8. I think
Same
it's really
here.
good.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Nice. And then blow it up.
There we go.
Wish Jack was there, right?
Yeah.
So I guess on that note, to all the nerds,
Through all the fuzz.
bottoms up.
Let's get Nerdbuzzed.
Nerdbuzzed. I just spilled on myself too. Is that worse than the table?
What the hell?
Ready? And
Talking about beer, talking about nerd culture. You're on Nerdbuzzed. Marcus and Jeremiah. You're on Nerdbuzzed. Let's get Nerdbuzzed.
Yes, Walter. That's what I'm just going to send him a message that says, yes, Walter.